Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Jagdpanzer 38T Hetzer. It's the Tier 4 German tank destroyer. It's located on the northeast spawn of Glacier and it's under the command of General Disturbance, another of my replays. Now I fancied a bit of derping, so you can see I've got the Hetzer with the derp gun, the 105mm, which as you know is capable of 410 alpha, penetrating 53mm of armour, and it's got a burst radius of 1.91 meters with standard HE, and with the heat rounds it'll do 350 going through 104mm. Now I'm picking a rather odd position to fire from, but it's right out in the open, but it allows me to get good shots on any enemy tank that's going up into the aircraft carrier. I can see the looks coming in. That speaks for itself, doesn't it? Yeah, poor looks had 425 hit points of damage lost in just one shot. That shot was terrible. Really, really bad. But I'm waiting for the reload, which is just 8 seconds. And yep, there you go. I've got my second hit, but my first kill. Okay, we're loaded, ready to go. Panzer 3J in that direction. It's a pretty open position I'm in. I'm vulnerable to Arty, but there's no Arty in this game, so I'm perfectly safe to be here. T28 comes into sight. Thank you very much. And I took him for 434, which is a penetrating shot. And the kill shot actually went to the 25 TP on our team. So I've collected 890 hit points, and the battle's only been going for a minute and a half. Now the Hetzer actually owes its existence to a Romanian tank called the Marisal. The Marisal, pardon me, was very similar shape, rhomboid shape, which means that it was very low and very difficult to detect, and of course the angled armour meant that it was very easy to ricochet shells, because even though the armour was fairly thin, it was actually able to ricochet the shells from the effective angle of the armour. And of course the very fact is that if the armour was angled well enough that it could bounce the rounds that were coming from the enemy, they just ricochet off. Now it looks like the enemy has managed to make some grounds in the northwest corner of the map. In fact, we've only got a B1 left over there. We're 3 tanks ahead of the enemy, but most of our tanks are actually down in the south, and they're doing rather well down there, so they don't need my help. And I'm going to try and defend the cap along with the Largo and the T6 medium. Now, as many of you may know, that the Hetzer, the Jagdpanzer 38T Achtung 30, is actually made, or was made, at the Pilsen factory in Czechoslovakia, as it was then. And so it was made at the Skoda works, and it's actually based on their Light Viz 38. Okay, missed that shot in the 25 TP, but I won't miss this one. There you go, have that. Non-penetrating shot, and suddenly all these enemy tanks come into sight, and I take a round from a VK3001P, fire one back at him, and I get a penetrating shot for 456 off him, and he wasn't happy about that. You can see it hit the flat plate, and I fire another one back in his direction, but the shell goes too high to actually hit him. So it sailed over the top of him, even though he was pulling back. And there's the KV-1. There's the VK again. And the T1 Heavy goes in almost to protect him, but he's not actually trying to protect him. My shell goes to the left. I don't know what was happening to RNG there, but I'm going to have another go. Well, that should have hit him square on the rear, but it didn't. Or at least it didn't appear to do any damage. That did hit him. Blind hit for 189. I think the KV-1's probably still on that corner, so I'm going to fire a round in there, I think. Did I? No, I didn't. I held my fire until somebody highlighted the target. Okay, the M8A1 Scots died. I think the reason why the VK hit me was because actually I was too far forward and I wasn't using the bush mechanic. Now I've had to pull forward to engage this AT2, which means I am visible to any of the enemy tanks that come around the corner. 1,696 hit points now. Oh, here comes that VK again. And there is the KV-1. And that was a heat round, and it didn't pen him. It should have penned him. Okay, I've loaded HE again for the VK. Yep, 129 from that one. Can't see the KV-1. Fire in his direction anyway. It looked like that hit something. I wouldn't be surprised if I did hit him. T1 Heavy comes into sight. No, I think that might have hit the rock face just in front of him. Yep, got that one in. Go for another. Oh, I've been spotted again. And there's the KV-1. Pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back. Ah. Well, I suppose it's revenge. He had to get me eventually. I suppose I couldn't help that one. I was just too eager to kill the enemy tanks that were trying to come around the corner to that rock. T6 Medium's doing a good job, but sadly I was not able to help him anymore. And we're capping out at the other end. We could easily win this by killing all of the enemy, but it's going to be a win by cap out instead. And he gets the T1 Heavy just as we cap out. And it's all over. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats for this one. Of course, we had some rather nice derps right at the start of the battle. And second class tanker for general disturbance in the Jagdpanzer 38 or Acton Dreisig T Hetzer. He managed to get two kills. I managed to get a second class tanker in this one. I've actually had better on other occasions. In fact, I seem to recall I've got an ace tanker in this one. But anyway, I got a 5 for effect for doing more damage than hit points to my own vehicle. A bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. I got 8. And I got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game. And I got a win rate of 6679, which is super unicum standard. So let's have a look at team score. 2,161 hit points of damage. Well, those enemy tanks, they just kept on allowing me to take them for all of their hit points. So I got most of the hit points off that Lux, then most of the hit points off the T28, and then most of the hit points off that VK as well. Afterwards, you can see when you look at this scoreboard that yes, I got 585 hit points from that VK. I also managed to get 425 off the Lux, and the poor T28 434 as he came around the corner. The KV-1 took a 279 hit points from a blind shot that I fired in his direction. So yes, the derp gun is particularly effective. You can see that I got the highest damage in the game, but I didn't get the highest number of kills, because that was the 25 TP, the M10 RBFM, both got 2 kills each, and 2 kills for the VK, which included me, and 25 TP managed to get 2 as well. When it came to base XP, I got the highest on that as well, with 596, 544 to the T6 medium, and 516 to the T25. I fired 17 rounds, got 11 direct hits, 4 penetrations and 8 splash. Damage of 2,161, of which 1,943 were at more than 300 meters. You can shoot long range in this vehicle, but you really do need to A, take advantage of tanks that are either stationary or tanks that made obvious errors. And of course, I think that Lux was just making a huge quick dash to get up into the carrier, and just it's a lead shot moving target thingy that you just have to aim at. But the T28 just made it too easy for me to get the shot on him and the other tanks as well. I earned 18,597 credits profit and 1,788 XP from the game, so not bad, a bit of a derp fest. It just satisfied my cravings for some random derping action, but it was actually quite funny that I was shooting over long range in this occasion, because normally the derp works at short range, but I just decided, yeah, I'm going to shoot long range on this one and see if I can get them. And I did. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give these videos a like. Do subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.